lose, I owe him $10. Not bad though. $10. That's a week's. That's like 3 days lunch for me. So. This is my bike. It's a 2007 Iron Horse Azure Sport. It's a full suspension bike. The suspension handles jumps and lots of small rocks, big rocks, anything that the trail is going to throw at you. For the drivetrain, you have a crank set right here. It has 3 gears on the front. And a rear derailleur back here. This one has 9 gears. Total combined is 27 speeds. If you get going a little bit too fast, got disc brakes, front and rear. It's pretty much the same principle as a car would work on. Probably one of the most important parts of the bike, the wheels and rims. I have a little bit heavier duty wheels on this bike to handle a little bit more hard landings and such. And then the tires, the only part of the bike that should ever be touching the ground, are nice soft rubber, keeps it nice and sticky, keeps you on the trail in the turns and when you're going fast as well.
My favorite part about biking is putting the fun between my legs. Biking.
Need anything be said more? Yeah, that's scary, huh? Mountain biking has taken me many spectacular places, namely Moab. I would say the Grand Canyon. Riding all the way to the Grand Canyon was pretty excellent. In Moab we rode the Slick Rock Trail, one of the top-rated mountain bike trails in the world, one of the toughest in the world. Just other places locally to the top of the Snowbowl Road up to Snowbowl, and then we've hit a little downhill trail on the back side called Flying Fish, fun little ride, and then ridden to the top of Mount Eldon as well. That was a nice, long, drawn-out, lunchless day, but, you know,
Also,
it's all been fun.
Thumper Loop in Cottonwood, that's a classic. I remember back in the beginning, riding that trail and thinking it was crazy. Going back and seeing how much we've progressed. It's really cool.
Dude, that's hard to do right there.
Uh-huh. My worst crash probably was biking on the Flagstaff Urban Trail System. I was going a little fast off the side,
showing off
and
in his clips.
I was in clipless pedals, yes, and I went off to the side, and I wanted to hit a jump in, so I bunny hopped. Well, naturally, I was going too fast, so I overshot it and went to the side of the trail, and I hit a rock that I didn't think was there, and that launched me about 6 feet into the air, into the middle of the trail, and my handlebars twisted sideways and just totally stabbed me. Yeah!
My worst crash was at a jump called Lincoln Logs. It's 9 feet high, and I overshot the landing by about 5 or 6 feet. You drop off of it, you know, off of about 9 feet high, and I landed, came down, and kind of just spun me off sideways, and I landed flat on my back next to a big old rock. But I was biking out of the womb. Actually, I started biking in 3rd grade, initially on a BMX bike, and I started getting like kind of more and more serious with that. And so it slowly progressed into where I am today, riding several different disciplines, free ride, downhill, cross.
Pretty much been biking for eternity, or like 12 years, whichever you prefer. But yeah, like Nick said, biking, it's great. Do it. Put the fun between your legs.
The scariest thing I've encountered in biking was a couple of drunken hobos. Me and my friend Logan were riding out on the pipeline trail going to a hookup with a couple other people on a nice single track trail up the mountain. And there were a couple of hobos that came across us along the way, and they started chasing us with glass bottles. So needless to say, we were much faster than them. They were stumbling about behind us, but it was pretty sketch.
Weirdest thing I've ever encountered? Nick's facial expressions and weird sounds after he almost crashes. I can't believe what just happened to him.
I would validate that statement, unfortunately. To prepare for a bike ride, I usually eat something dry, which doesn't make any sense, but that's just what winds up happening.
Cheez-Its are our favorite, for example.
Cheez-Its. And put some water in my pack, and
get tools out,
and
if
get
we need
tools, and plenty of spare tubes.
Yeah, and a patch kit.
And a patch kit.
And helmet and gloves, and black booties.
Go, go, go. Up this hill. I would eventually like to be exactly like Danny McAskill.
It's his idol.
It's your idol as well. I would look him up on YouTube.
Definitely, for sure.
A few other things that I would love to do, love to be able to do on a bike, would be Red Bull Rampage. I would love to compete in Red Bull Rampage on a bike.
Yeah, Red Bull would be crazy. Those drops are insanely
40 plus
large.
feet and people are freeing off of them.
Yeah, being able to free would also be a very cool trick, and then backflip as well.
A backflip would be sick. The worst crash I've ever had was off of a 9-foot drop we call Rock in the Log.
We call rock. What does chicken and waffles taste like?
Lucky Charms, you know it. Max has never had an interesting experience with biking. He lives in a white box.
Great experiences with biking.
Counter.
I would say the weirdest thing he encountered was Dakota Cornelius not bringing a lunch on an 8-hour bike ride.
That wasn't the weirdest, that was just the dumbest.
That was fake.
What?
That was fake.
I'm sorry. That's pretty much what happened the first time, except it was real.
Yeah, like Nick said, biking. It's great. Do it. Put the phone between your legs.
Like 3 times.
No, that was twice.
That
I
was
should have
3.
done it once.
Dig it. Biking is the